Jimmy Fallon welcomes Adam Sandler, NBC Tonight.
Next Tuesday.
Welcome to Password. We're not playing Password.
Keke Palmer wrecks the competition. That's My Jam. Next Tuesday on NBC.
Monday and Tuesday.
Come on, boys.
There's only one thing better than a steal.
Team chance, man.
Can I just say something though real quickly?
The playoff pass.
That's one of the meanest things I've ever seen.
The Voice, Monday and Tuesday.
Live on NBC 12. This is News Watch 12 at 10.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. Around 6 p.m. tonight, crews were called to reports of a fire at Dinky Diner in Rhinelander.
When they arrived, heavy black smoke was coming from the building. Eventually, crews moved from the diner to the staircase leading to apartments above it. 2 ladder trucks were deployed. They cut a ventilation hole at the top of the building and used a thermal imaging camera to look for hot spots. The owner, Rick, said he closed up Dinky Diner as he normally did around 2 p.m. and is not sure why it caught fire. Rick said the building was built in 1896 and some apartment renters above Dinky Diner and the next door Rev Coffee Bar will be displaced because of the fire. Dinky Diner and Rev will be closed for the time being. Crews from Pelican, Pine Lake, and Rhinelander all responded to the fire.
Around 3 p.m. today, roads were shut down in the 400 block of North State Street in Merrill. We've heard different accounts as to why. At first, officers responded to a 911 caller who reported a man was yelling outside a home, threatening to harm himself. Personnel on the police scanner talked about the man potentially armed with 2 hatchets. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office did not answer any questions this evening about the incident, except for that the block is now clear and safe.
A plea was entered yesterday for the Newbold town supervisor accused of election fraud. 69-year-old James Staskowitz is being charged with felony counts of misconduct in public office and election fraud. He was in court yesterday where he pled not guilty. Staskowitz was arrested in February after it was believed he forged campaign signatures while attempting to run for re-election. According to the Oneida County Sheriff's Office, Staskowitz admitted to having forged signatures.
Well, Jeff, I thought I was going to get away with no jacket today. Unfortunately, a little too cold for that.
The sunshine felt good, but the clouds rolled back in midday, and it felt cooler, right?
It did, but are we done with the snow?
No, not at all. There's more snow in the forecast. Some flurries are out there now, and some more heavier snow gets in here Thursday into Friday. After we did this today, much colder, right? Yesterday, 40s. Today, mostly 30s. A high of 36 in Rhinelander, 38 for Tomahawk. So, you know, below average temperatures for our area today, and it's going to be even colder across the area tomorrow. Many of us will not get out of the 20s tomorrow, which is where we're at now in Rhinelander at 28, 32 for Mosinee, 35 for Wapaka. It's going to feel like winter across our region tomorrow with some snow flurries in the air, a gusty northwest wind and highs in the 20s. Speaking of snow flurries, they're out there now. Nothing heavy, but there could be a dusting of snow across parts of farther northern Wisconsin tonight, mostly north of Highway 8. The rest of us, probably nothing at all. And then that's round 1. Round 2 gets in here later on Thursday. That's going to bring us another healthy snow on Thursday, and then another one gets in here on Friday. So overall, a very active week is on the way. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of flurries out there with low temperatures down near 11. Your full forecast is coming up. Jessica.
Investigators on Tuesday finally captured the man they believe firebombed a prominent Wisconsin anti-abortion lobbying group's office last year. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Madison announced that police arrested a 29-year-old at Boston's Logan International Airport on Tuesday. He was charged with 1 count of attempting to cause damage by means of fire or an explosive. Authorities were able to find the man after surveillance video during a protest showed him spray painting Capitol grounds. The graffiti resembled similar graffiti at the office, and police later tracked him down. Police later retrieved a discarded bag of fast food from a park where a DNA sample was obtained from a burrito. The DNA was later matched to DNA at the office. He was scheduled to appear in federal court in Boston Tuesday.
The Democratic-funded candidate in Wisconsin Supreme Court April 4th election has raised 5 times more money than the Republican-backed opponent. Liberal Milwaukee Circuit Court Judge Janet Protasiewicz raised nearly $12.4 million in the final campaign finance reporting period between February 7th and March 20th. Her conservative opponent, former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Dan Kelly, raised $2.2 million during that same period. This is the country's most expensive state Supreme Court race to date. The result of the race will determine majority control of Wisconsin's highest court.
Authorities arrested a Wisconsin woman who they believe abandoned her dead baby in a field. Police arrested a 39-year-old Whitewater woman on Friday. The woman is in Jefferson County Jail and is facing charges of concealing death of a child and resisting or obstructing an officer. The newborn boy was found on March 4th in a plastic bag inside a cardboard box and wrapped in a light-colored shirt. Investigators believe the child was placed in the field less than 48 hours before he was found. The suspect's name has not yet been released.
A long-lost Wisconsin soldier has finally made his way home. Nearly 80 years after his death in World War II, William Sonny Simon was buried today at St. Bernard's Catholic Church in Middleton. According to his family, they received notification in 1944 that Simon was missing in action. Simon's mother tried for many years to bring the remains of her son home. A historian became involved, and Simon was positively identified last November through DNA. Simon was killed in an explosion, and the Army couldn't recover or identify Sonny's remains until now. For the past 2 years, the Park Falls community has been searching for a place to house the Park Falls YMCA.
Well, that search is over, and the nonprofit organization finally has a location. Newswatch 12's Nick Van Zyl was in Park Falls today and has more.
City Hall was kind of an ideal location.
The property is located on Highway 13 in the center of Park Falls and was an elementary school at one point.
For us to remodel this building and bring it back to its glory and make it look beautiful again, it saves us a ton of money in the long run opposed to if we were to build brand new.
The funding for the project comes from a $5.6 million grant through the governor's office. The building would house a child care center with capacity for 40 to 50 children, but the space would provide more than just child care.
It's not just a daycare and it's not just a fitness center. It's not just a gym. This is a central location for our community to come together at.
She says other concerns from the community members have been heard.
This property has history, and part of it is Old Abe.
She says the Y is consulted with the Veterans Office and has been approved by them and the city to move the memorial to a park downtown. But other concerns remain.
Where does our fire department, where does our police department go?
Plesner says those departments are housed in a separate building from the current city hall, and those buildings would not change. With public safety workers housed next door, parents can feel an added sense of security.
A safe place for our children to be watched when we're at work.
Reporting in Park Falls, Nick Van Zyl, Newswatch 12.
The large Foxconn lot in Mount Pleasant is mostly empty right now, but that could change. Coming up, we'll hear about a major American company that might move in right next door. That's after we're with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
I don't like Dan Kelly.
I think he's corrupt.
First of all, he recused himself from the Zignego case because of ethical concerns.
Then he took $20,000 from Zignego and his family.
After he got the money, he unrecused himself so he could judge the case.
That's not something a judge with any ethics would do.
That's textbook corruption.
It's all in the public record, too.
Dan Kelly's too corrupt.
He's too extreme.
And he doesn't care about us.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but We're here to help.
Quantrill Bounds punches a 12-year-old girl, forces her to perform oral sex. He films the heinous act, posts it on Facebook. 12 years old. Any rational person would want this guy behind bars for a long time. Not Judge Janet Protasewicz. She showed sympathy for him, released him back onto the street. Imagine this were your daughter. Janet Protasewicz's judgment isn't just flawed, it's dangerous.
All right, you and I need to have a little chat. We have some more snowfall on the way, some light flurries out there now, likely getting some more snow late Thursday into Friday morning, a breakthrough much of Friday before we get some heavier snow in here late Friday into Saturday. And then we're not done yet. Another system gets in here Monday and Tuesday. So overall, a very active pattern's on the way. The first system is out there now, a couple light snow flurries, a little clipper system. This is not a big deal. It'll bring us a dusting of snow tonight, if that, across far northern parts of Wisconsin. This quickly gets out of here this evening. By tomorrow morning, looking at partly cloudy skies once again, and a pretty nice day tomorrow, albeit a windy one with temperatures in the 20s, making it feel like temperatures in the teens for highs tomorrow. But then we look west. So here's system 1 right there. System 2 is coming down shore now in California, making national news there. Looking at 30 to 40 inches of snow across the mountain areas again, with inches of rain. That energy is going to go our way and likely impact us later on Thursday into Friday and linger into Saturday, with a system behind this one as well back out in the Pacific. Okay, so let's walk you through it. Out there now, cloud cover, some light flurries out there currently. That quickly goes away. Here we are on Thursday. So Thursday, about 9 o'clock, looking at snow, a little bit of freezing drizzle and rain. That kind of comes through Thursday evening. We'll get a break for several hours Friday. The surge of moisture gets in here Friday evening as snow. And this snow, any of that, could be locally heavy snow Friday night with a band of some freezing drizzle in there, and then heavy rain across parts of southern Wisconsin, and even some severe weather on Friday evening across far southern Wisconsin and parts of Illinois. And then here we are on Saturday, 6 o'clock or so. This system pulls away. All of this could be heavy snow across eastern parts of Wisconsin. We'll get a break in the action for much of Sunday and into Monday morning, and then look what happens. Our next system gets in here later, Monday night into Tuesday. This one, we could do it all over again with heavy precipitation. So if it all felt as rain, it could likely give us 2-3 inches of rainfall. This is a problem. You know, it's spring now. These storms hold more moisture to them, but you put 2 inches of rain on top of a snowpack, you can get flooding out of that. There will be some snow in here likely, though. That could save us from that flooding, but the snow could also be a heavy wet snow and also get very deep in a few spots as they begin to add up between several systems coming our way. Temperatures, of course, are critical. We're talking about highs today in the 30s, where it stays below freezing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Mostly snow, mostly along and north of Highway A. Below that, a mixture in there and rain further south. Our forecast time for tonight, though, scattered light snow and flurries are out there now, not a big deal. A dusting of snow. Look for low temperatures down near 11. For tomorrow, okay, this is not normal. The average high 43, 44. We're not going to do that tomorrow. Look for a high temperature of 26 and windy, making it feel like teens out there all day with that gusty northwest wind. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by West Furniture and Mattress shows, nice days tomorrow, but a cold one. Then we get wet on Thursday, rain, snow. Mostly rain Friday, changing to snow on Saturday. We get a break Sunday before another heavy system gets in here Monday to Tuesday of next week. Dan?
In 2017, Wisconsinites were promised a massive TV manufacturing plant with 13,000 well-paying jobs. But the Foxconn project did not go according to plan. Hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars went toward a few hundred jobs and not a single television made. Now a new company is interested in using that property. Microsoft Corporation could potentially build a $1 billion data center campus in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. The data center could be built on land that the village originally assembled for Foxconn. The Mount Pleasant Village Board will consider the proposed agreements in March and April, which state that Microsoft would buy 315 acres from the village for $50 million by the end of July, with construction potentially starting before the end of the year. No word yet on how many jobs this would create.
Administrators at a Wisconsin elementary school stopped first-grade students from singing a song they deemed controversial. Students at Hayer Elementary School in Waukesha had prepared a rendition of Rainbow Land for their spring concert. The song was a duet by Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus promoting LGBTQ acceptance. Parents in the district say the decision was made because the song administrators removed the song because it might not be appropriate for the age and maturity level of the students. School officials also initially banned the song Rainbow Connection from the Muppets, but later reversed that decision. Last week, we talked about athletic directors working in schools, but another important role is filling a need in healthcare facilities. In tonight's edition of Feel Great Today, we'll hear how they help doctors in the clinical setting.
Feel Great Today with Jessica Jukic.
If we have a patient that needs to go to therapy, I can bridge that gap in between the time of seeing the doctor, getting them to therapy, give them exercise, show them the proper way to do the exercise.
Eric Prom is a clinical athletic trainer who works at Aspirus Northland Orthopedics in Rhinelander. He helps the clinic save time by evaluating patients before they see a doctor.
I can focus the questions that we're asking to help them. The doctors go in with kind of an idea of what's going on, whether it's, something where we're worried about a tear or if we're just worried about impingement syndrome, that sort of stuff.
Prom helps with a lot of medical assistant work like ordering MRIs, ultrasounds, and giving injections. In the clinic, every injury requires customized care.
There's different protocols for every injury or for every thing that we're doing. Fractures we're seeing back after 2 weeks, to usually get another x-ray to make sure that we're seeing appropriate steps going on.
He also works closely with sports athletic trainers to help students recover from an injury. Prom says the most common high school sports-related injuries are shoulder dislocations, ankle sprains, and ACL tears.
I enjoy, working with the doctors and helping see the improvement in their clinics with them, as well as, we get to see the patients back to clear them, usually for sport, or you clear them from the injury. So we get to see that whole process.
Thanks for the insight. Next Tuesday night, we'll talk about healthy eating tips to get in shape this summer.
Coming up on Newswatch 12, the Wisconsin Badgers might not have made it to March Madness, but they've had a bit of a run in the NIT. Serenity Douglas will have the highlights of tonight's game after the break.
I'm going for Judge Janet What is it?
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in fairness, freedom, and public safety.
Protasewicz.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, 1 sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation or save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on all hard surface flooring. That's right, free carpet installation or extra savings up to $1,000 on hard surface flooring. If you need flooring, now is the time to buy. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever.
Our prices will floor you.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all, and public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Coming up on your Wednesday, see what's going on at Hanson's Garden Village.
And some active weather on the way later this week, too, starting late Thursday afternoon through Saturday, then more Sunday into Monday with a different system. More when you tune in on your Wednesday from 5 to 7 a.m.
Yes, spring sports are upon us, but you can't just jump right in head first. Scrimmages are the good balance between real games and practices. It's a nice start to the season before the games start coming back to back. Rhinelander girls soccer had their first scrimmage today. They faced off with the Three Lakes Blue Jays in the Dome to knock the dust off of their cleats to see where they're at. The team played in a total of 4 halves, cycling through junior varsity and varsity. Coach Nathan Bates spoke about the importance of scrimmages and where he could see the team improve.
Right now, we had a little bit of communication issue today. I mean, the girls did a lot of really good things, moved the ball well, finished pretty well today. There were some things, you know, like always early season that they have to pick up on. So communication and getting back to the swing of things and working together as a team.
Soccer's first game is this Saturday against Hayward and Shawano at home. From the field to the track, Mosinee girls track and field team competed at the Ripon Invitational. A very special team of Melina Carantini, Kate Bars, Taylor Jersley, and Britt Fitzgerald shattered the 4x400 school record with the winning time of 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Congratulations to the ladies in purple, black, and white. A pair of number 3 seeds met up tonight for the NIT semifinals as the North Texas Mean Green faced off with the Wisconsin Badgers. North Texas advanced to this round after winning over Oklahoma State, while the Badgers took a close win over Oregon. The Badgers needed this win to make it to the NIT final. The Mean Green and the Badgers met at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Starting in the first half, Wisconsin is up by 5. The passing makes its way to Chucky Hepburn, and he drains a 3 to further the Badgers' lead. But the North Texas is right behind them, responding with Matthew Stone adding 3. We're heading into the second half. Classmite is trapped. He passes to Gilmore, who finds Esegian, the freshman, for 3, making the score 54-46. But the Badgers start to slip, and North Texas takes the lead 56-54 with 2 minutes left. The Badgers run out of time and fall to the Mean Green 56-54. The Packers are working on a deal with the Jets about Aaron Rodgers, and when things are said and done, Jordan Love will be Green Bay's QB1. Love was a first-round draft pick from Utah State in 2020, and he's followed the same path as Rodgers in sitting behind a future Hall of Famer before getting his chance. Coach Matt LaFleur spoke at the NFL annual meetings today to discuss the future of Jordan Love and what we should expect.
It's going to be a different role for him, certainly, and I think we all have to kind of temper our expectations with, for him. It's different when you're going into a game versus when you're starting a game.
Coach LaFleur continues on to talk about what would help Jordan's success in Green Bay.
I don't think any quarterback can truly do it on their own in this league. So it's going to be everybody rallying around him and trying to play at their best of their ability so that he can go out there and perform as good as he possibly can.
Although it's been clear Aaron Rodgers wants to make his move to the Jets, the logistics have not been set in stone yet. There's been plenty of negotiations on both sides, but neither team is able to come to common ground. The main sticking point is that the Jets want a safety net in the case Rodgers only plays 1 season in New York. On top of that, the Jets also want a 2025 draft pick in case Rodgers decides to retire. Can somebody say trust issues? The deal is still in the works, so we'll just have to wait and see. More after the break.
A teenager with the mental capacity of a 6-year-old, tricked by a predator on Facebook using a fake name, who then sexually assaulted her. It was pure evil. If Judge Janet Protasewicz was to ever take a stand for a victim, this was the time, and this was the victim. But she failed, again, placing the man on probation with a measly 60 days in the local jail. Tell Janet Protasewicz, stop letting predators off easy.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you. Choose FlexBuy on F-150 and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 FlexBuy, 1,000 Ford credit cash, and 500 accessories cash.
Sure is nice to have my 3 older kids home to visit.
Oh yeah, I love coming home. I miss having soft water.
That's why I bring my laundry home on the weekend.
It's so much better for my hair too, but you wouldn't know anything about that, Corey.
And that's why my hair looks so nice and moisturized.
What do you know about moisturized hair?
Well, having two older sisters and a brother who only showers a couple times a week helps.
Well, actually, 72 years of treating water in Wisconsin is our family story. You kids are pretty well versed in water.
So let us make your family's water better today.
Now's the time to save on big projects. Hurry into Menards for 11% off everything. Get 11% off easy flooring updates for your home. Find your style and save 11% on Patriot Lighting. Transform your home with 11% off new Mastercraft doors. Or go even bigger and get 11% off a new kitchen. Don't miss out. There's no limit to what you can save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and as a judge, I've put dangerous criminals in jail. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
If your family struggles with food insecurity, call the Family Food Helpline.
The Vilas County Recreation Department announced all trails will close on Friday. But they aren't closing because of a lack of snow in some places. Land use agreements for the snowmobile season expire before April 1st. Iron County trails are also making it to the last day. According to Iron County Forest Administrator Eric Peterson, it's unusual for trails to last until the last possible day of the season. Many of the same snowmobile trails will open up in late spring for ATV and UTV riding.
Meanwhile, a lot of cross-country ski trails have no clear end date in sight. At Minocqua Winter Park, they plan to continue trail grooming into April. However, they will experience some outer trail closures because of those land use agreement expirations, just like the snowmobile trails. Windman Trails near Manitowish Waters has 14 inches of snow base right now, and they will stay open as well with limited grooming. Find both Winter Park and Windman up-to-date conditions by visiting their respective websites. A Michigan girl has no problem walking in her mom's shoes, literally.
According to KidsWorldRecords.com, she has the largest feet for a girl her age. Lauren Shields reports.
You'll get a kick out of this one. These size 11 stompers belong to none other than 10-year-old Ruby Lebashevsky of Jonesville. And they're making some news.
I broke the record for biggest foot on a 9-year-old.
According to KidsWorldRecords.com. Get it, girl. Ruby's feet are the largest in the world for her gender and age. She's proud of it, and she has the hardware to prove it.
I really didn't believe it at first. I mean, there's been a lot of people on Earth, and for my daughter to have it I still think it's wild when I think about it.
With her dad wearing a 13 and I wear a size 11, it was pretty much a given that she was probably going to have big feet. She wears my shoes.
I just wore the shoes she's wearing today at school.
Apart from having large feet, Ruby is a spunky 5'1" fourth grader who enjoys playing volleyball, drawing, and Jenna Ortega. And this might not be the last we hear from her.
When my mom did research, she said that the world record for biggest foot on a woman was 18s, and so probably see me when I'm like 30. So
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and as a judge, I've put dangerous criminals in jail. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay. Been daydreaming of campfires or time on the water? Start your summer plans by joining Schroeder's RV and Marine at their 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. They have over 300 boats and campers available. Shop the best deals on the best brands at the biggest RV and Marine dealer in the North Woods. Join us at Schroeder's RV and Marine for the 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. See you there.
He brutally raped her, repeatedly.
I spent endless nights plagued by nightmares. My bedroom door was barricaded. I was so afraid.
But Judge Protasiewicz ignored her pleas, let the rapist off easy, and now he's back on the streets.
When you don't know where your attacker is, then he is everywhere. He is every sound in the night.
Tell Judge Protasiewicz, stop failing victims and stop protecting criminals.
Good news. This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Now get a 2022 Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most to the North Woods. NBC Newswatch 12, from where you live.
You know, it's really cool that Rhinelander has a television station, right?
Yeah.
There's no other cities of this size, I think, that have a station like this, which is pretty neat. And I gave a tour yesterday to some folks over at the Chequamegon School District Class Act Charter School. It was lovely to give them an opportunity to see a television station because it really is, there's a lot of moving parts, right? There's the sales department, there's people who put in the ads, there's people always in the master control room. They're 24 hours a day to make sure all systems are running. So it was a joy to give them a tour and hopefully inspire them to not necessarily join television news, but, you know, challenge themselves and try something new.
There's dogs running around. There's, you know,
there's a lot going on.
There's always a dog here.
Yeah. It's definitely a different perspective that people don't really know about.
All right, let's talk weather. You ready? It's going to be a bumpy week because outside now, if you here, get your bifocals on. If you can take that shot, here we go. Look in the light. You see it? There's a couple little flakes of snow falling. You see it? There's one right there. You see another one right there?
You look under the lamp.
There's some real little flurries out there right now. This isn't going to mess up our rides home at all, but overall, some flurries out there with temperatures hanging out in the 20s and a couple of 30s across central Wisconsin. So then this sets the stage for the flurries out there now. This will get out of here tonight, and then tomorrow is going to be a pretty nice day, but we're going to feel this. We're going to year off tomorrow. It's going to be a cold one as we have temperatures hanging out in the 20s tomorrow with a gusty northwest wind. And then look what happens. The system gets in here Thursday and Friday with a rain-snow mix, looking like more snow north of Highway 8. And then we get a break in the action Saturday before we get more weather in here Monday and Tuesday. So an active weather week ahead.
And for the people who came for Serenity to eat cheese curds, sorry, we just completely forgot. It'll
Busy
happen
day.
one of these days. It was a busy day.
It was a busy news day.
Well, that's all the time we have. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Daniel Kelly here, asking for your vote on April 4th. I'm running to uphold the rule of law, defend our Constitution, reject bias in activism, and above all else, to always be impartial and never let politics pollute our court.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Quantrill Bounds punches a 12-year-old girl, forces her to perform oral sex. He films the heinous act, posts it on Facebook. 12 years old. Any rational person would want this guy behind bars for a long time. Not Judge Janet Protasiewicz. She showed sympathy for him, released him back onto the street. Imagine this were your daughter. Janet Protasiewicz's judgment isn't just flawed, it's dangerous.
Hey, man.
You could save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance.
So you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go again.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future